Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 1, Text 10. Prayenalpayushah sabhya Prayenalpayushah sabhya Kalav asmin yuge janaha Kalav asmin yuge janaha Mandaha sumandamatayo Mandaha sumandamatayo Mandabhagya hyupadrutaha Mandabhagya hyupadrutaha Prayenalpayushah sabhya Kalav asmin yuge janaha Mandah sumandamatayo Mandabhagya hyupadritaha Prayenalpayushah sabhya Kalav asmin yuge janaha Mandah sumandamatayo Mandabhagya hyupadritaha Prayenalpayushah sabhya Kalav asmin yuge janaha Mandah sumandamatayo Mandabhagya hyupadritaha Prayenalpayushah sabhya Kalav asmin yuge janaha Mandah sumandamatayo Mandabhagya hyupadritaha Prayenalpayushah sabhya Kalav asmin yuge janaha Mandah sumandamatayo Mandabhagya hyupadritaha Prayena almost always Alpa meager Ayushaha duration of life Sabhya member of a learned society Kalau in this age of Kali quarrel Asmin herein Yuge age Janaha the public Mandaha lazy Sumandamatayaha misguided Mandabhagyaha unlucky he and above all Upadritaha disturbed. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. Please repeat. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The devotees of the Lord are always anxious for the spiritual improvement of the general public. When the sages of Naimisharanya analyzed the state of affairs of the people in this age of Kali, they foresaw that men would live short lives. In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened not so much because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. By keeping regular habits and eating simple food, any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living sap the very vitality of human energy. Therefore, the duration of life is shortened. The people of this age are also very lazy, not only materially, but in the matter of self realization. The human life is meant for self realization. That is to say, man should come to know what he is, what the world is, and what the supreme truth is. Human life is a means by which the living entity can end all the miseries of the hard struggle for life in material existence, and by which he can return to Godhead, his eternal home. But due to a bad system of education, men have no desire for self realization. Even if they come to know about it, they unfortunately become victims of misguided teachers. In this age, men are victims not only of different political creeds and parties, but also of many different types of sense gratificatory diversions, such as cinemas, sports, gambling, clubs, mundane libraries, bad association, smoking, drinking, cheating, pilfering, bickerings, and so on. Their minds are always disturbed and full of anxieties due to so many different engagements. In this age, many unscrupulous men manufacture their own religious faiths, which are not based on any revealed scriptures. And very often, people who are addicted to sense gratification are attracted by insti- such institutions. Consequently, in the name of religion, so many sinful acts are being carried on that so many sinful acts are being carried on that the people in general have neither peace of mind nor health of body. The student brahmachari communities are no longer being maintained, and householders do not observe the rules and regulations of the Grihastha ashrama. Consequently, the so called vanaprasthas and sannyasis who come out of such Grihastha ashramas are easily deviated from the rigid path. In the Kali Yuga, the whole atmosphere is surcharged with faithlessness. Men are no longer interested in spiritual values. Material sense gratification is now the standard of civilization. For the maintenance of such material civilizations, man has formed complex nations and communities, and there is a constant strain of hot and cold wars between these different groups. It has become very difficult, therefore, to raise the spiritual standard due to the present distorted values of human society. The sages of Naimisharanya are anxious to disentangle all fallen souls, and here they are seeking the remedy from Srila Sutta Goswami. Presents the Bhaktivedanta purport. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा जय श्रील प्रभुपाद. So the sages are saying, O Sabhya, Sabhya means O learned one. Who are they addressing? They're addressing to Sutta Goswami. They're telling about the characteristics of people of this age. Prayena, in general, almost always. Alpa Ayushaha. People are in this age are Ayusha means duration of life. Alpa means Swalpa means Adhika means. So what are they saying now? Alpa Ayusha means short lived. Alpa Ayushaha Kalau Asmin Kali Yuge Janaha people Alpa Ayushaha Mandaha Manda buddhi means dull, dull-minded. Sumandamatayaha. Mandamati means lazy, but mandamatayaha also means it's misguided. Can easily be misguided by somebody who can speak flowery words on YouTube or social media, or go to office or in friend circle, they speak as if they know everything. And people easily get misguided. Oh, he knows everything. Let me follow him. Mandabhagya. Bhagyam means what? Fortunate. Mandabhagya means misfortunate, unlucky. Upadritaha. Upadrava means danger. Upadrita means disturbed because of so many calamities in this age. So, Prabhupada says these devotees, they are concerned about the people of this age. They are always anxious. The devotees of the Lord are always anxious for dash of the general public. For they're anxious for something of the general public, for the spiritual improvement of the general public. Spiritual improvement, which automatically includes material improvement. So they foresaw that men would live short lives. Why also Prabhupada mentioned? In Kali Yuga, the duration of life is shortened not so much because of, we think because of lack of food. That's why there is short lives. Prabhupada says a very bold statement. It's not because of insufficient food, but because of irregular habits. Uh, huh? Yeah, correct. By keeping regular habits and eating dash, any man can maintain his health. If you'll see, then everybody will say. So, by keeping regular habits and eating simple food, the what is that called? Cerlac. No? Oh, they don't know about that. by keeping regular habits. Yesterday I met somebody. They came for volunteering in the front, and we finished that in the hot sun, and everybody were coming, and they said, let's have lunch. And he said, I'll go home and come back when you restart again. Why don't you have lunch? It's already 1:30. No, I have lunch every day at a regular time. I was quite impressed. So here, that's what he's saying. Regular habits. We should have regular habits and eating simple food. So from today on, if somebody talks about gobi Manchurian, of course, offer to the Lord. Simple food. Any man can maintain his health. Overeating, over dash, overeating, over sense gratification, and there is something else Prabhupada mentioned. Quite one devotee asked me this question after they read the purport earlier. Prabhu, what does it mean? I'll read the statement. Overeating, over sense gratification, over dependence on another's mercy, and artificial standards of living sap the very vitality of human energy. We understand overeating, right? Over sense gratification. And what is over dependence on another's mercy?
Pleasures and glorification or expectations from others.
Being lazy and just depending on others.
an interesting angle. What is over dependence on another's mercy?
Maybe we don't put any endeavor and then try to depend on others. Okay, if they give food, we eat. Otherwise, we just sit.
That is Drucha Lama Santushta. No? I think what it means is we are Sudras. Most of them are Sudras. We are having job dependent on the master's mercy. We are taking the application, resumes and going, and we are dependent on them for our livelihood. So we have to work hard and they have to be merciful on us to make our living. So we are always dependent on a master, their mercy for our living. So that is what it says. So in this Kali Yuga, everybody is a Sudra. Nobody has independent living mindset, simple living mindset. They're always dependent, over dependence on another's mercy for our living. Working hard. Huh. Yes, everybody is engaged in Sudra job. Of course, in this age, the occupation and our nature are at odds with each other. In earlier ages, our nature and occupation were going together. But in this age, our inclination may be a Brahmana, but we are engaged in a Sudra work. But it is said that for the Lord service, one can engage in any activity, a Sudra activity, or if needed, Kshatriya activity or Brahmana activity. Because a Vaishnava is transcendental. He does what is needed for the Lord's service. If the current environment requires us to be engaged as a Sudra for our livelihood, either because of previous taken occupation or because of our lack of ability to earn a livelihood, then we engage that in that way, but use it in the Lord's service. So therefore, the duration of life is shortened. So Alpayushaha, Mandaha, very lazy to understand spiritual matters. And if somebody is interested, there comes somebody on YouTube who will misguide them. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to worship God. You are yourself God. Or any path will take you to God. Krishna is only a historical person, or it's only a mythological figure. And people usually say, oh, such a powerful person, such a rational person, very powerful arguments. Sometimes they speak even Shastra also, very eloquent speakers. Sometimes I ask devotee, hey, I've not been seeing you, what are you doing? Oh, now we are following that such and such Shastri. It's, it's very enlightening. And I went and listened. In his home there is picture of Sai Baba, and he talks about, he chants Krishna mantra, Shiva mantra, everything. You can chant everything, you can do anything. Ultimately, what is their purpose? Moksha, you will merge into impersonal Brahma Jyoti. They are impersonalists. Fortunately, Sumanda Mataya means misguided. Firstly, we are lazy, not interested. If somebody is interested, there comes somebody to misguide us. Sumanda Mataya, Mandabhagya. Therefore, we are unfortunate. The age itself is like that. Everywhere there are people taking advantage and people fall trap for it. Hmm. Spiritually lazy. Hmm. And upadrataha, always disturbed. Something or the other. Excessive heat warnings everywhere. Lack of water. Fires everywhere. High interest rates. Housing crisis. Children depression, crisis, youngsters, gun shootings, everywhere it's disturbing. Kali Yuga, that is the nature. So therefore, today is Ratha Yatra also. Why the Lord comes out? Why does the Lord come out? Lord Jagannath.
To give darshan to be with the devotees. The devotees can offer and
Yes, to be merciful to those who are not as fortunate. The Lord only comes out. It is said that not everyone, I think those who are from lower communities, they are not allowed inside the temple.
Farmers,
So,
including farmers.
Mlechas, Yavanas,
foreigners.
yeah, correct. Plus other castes, I don't know. Technically, I need to find out. But not everyone, they are very strict in who to allow, who not to allow. They'll allow?
Apart from non-Indians.
Oh, is it? So I think to become merciful to those who are not as fortunate, the Lord comes out once in a year to show His mercy to everyone. And the other reason also is the Lord wants to visit Vrindavan, or rather, the gopis are pulling Him to Vrindavan. So the gopis, once they came to Kurukshetra on a solar eclipse day, Vrajavasis they came, and they were meeting Krishna after a long time in Dwaraka. Krishna is in like a king dress. So Radharani, she met Krishna and told him, "You are the same Krishna, I am the same Radharani, but I am not very happy here. I want to go to that Vrindavana and next to the Vetasi river under the Reva tree where we engage in our pastimes in the beautiful forest groves of Vrindavan." So that's why they want to pull Krishna to Vrindavan. That's a symbolic representation of Radha being pulled from main Nilachal temple to Gundicha temple. So in the morning, every Ratha Yatra, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates, they would wake up very early in the morning. They would take early morning bath and they will come and witness what is called Pandu Vijaya. What is Pandu Vijaya? Pandu Vijaya is the ceremony where they bring the deities from the temple to the Radha. It's a very big event. They take these Daitas of Jagannath, strong people, they tie Jagannath with silk ropes and they lift Jagannath, huge Daitas. They lift him with the huge ropes tied to his waist. And there are these huge cotton pads placed at some locations. They lift Jagannath and they put him into that cotton pad so that they take some rest. And these cotton pads just blow up and this cotton comes out and spreads everywhere because Jagannath is huge. And when they put him there, it just blows up. And then they take him again and lift him and again go and put it on the next cotton pad. So like that, they bring him all the way and then Baladev and then Subhadra, or maybe then Subhadra and then Baladev, or maybe first Baladev, Subhadra and Jagannath, I don't know. And in the first, the king of Orissa, Gajapati Prataparudra, he is given the honors to cleanse the street in front of the Lord. That means even the great king has to bow down. He's a humble servant in front of Lord Jagannath. And then Jagannath Baldev Subhadra is taken on procession. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have 7 kirtan parties. How many? Today, how many we are going to have? How many kirtan parties we are having? How many Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had? 7. 4 in the front. And where are the 3 others? sides. Huh? Very intelligent. One on either side and one on the back. So 7 parties. And in each party, how many mridangas were playing? So totally 7 sevens, 49. Now each party 2 mridangas were playing. 2 mridangas were playing. So like that they would perform kirtan, and in between Jagannath would stop in one place called Balagandi. Balagandi. And there they would offer hundreds and thousands of prasadam. Like today we are going to offer Chappan Bhog. But actual Jagannath Radhayatra in a place Balagandi, in between Jagannath temple and Gundicha temple, they stop. And they offer all hundreds and hundreds. The whole road will fill up. It will go all the way to the garden. And everybody comes and offers whatever they made at their home. They come and offer to Jagannath, who will accept them. And at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates would take a break. They go to the garden and take some rest so that they can resume back again. At that time, that famous pastime of the king meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu happened. The king comes in a disguise as a Gopa, and he starts to massage Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's feet by singing Gopi Gita and all that. We'll cover that at a different time. So in this way, and then Jagannath would not move just because people are pulling. When does Jagannath move? Huh? When his devotee is pulling him? Oh, when he wants to move only, he will move. Sometimes he would completely stop. The chariot will stop, stand still. Nobody would move. Nobody can move. Thousands of devotees are pulling. He's not moving. And the king becomes quite concerned. He'll deploy these maddened elephants, huge elephants, to pull this chariot. Still Jagannath is not moving. Finally Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, and from behind he puts his head on the chariot and starts to push. And then the chariot makes a huge rattling sound and then starts to move. Sometimes it is said Jagannath stops because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy and chanting and dancing. He falls behind the chariot. So Jagannath stops to make sure he's not missing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dancing. So and then when he comes again, he moves. So like that, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his transcendental mood of Srimati Radharani, Jagannath in his mood of Krishna, they are exchanging wonderful rasa. So today we are going to do, the more ecstatic we become while chanting, the more pleasing the Lord is. Jagannath is so merciful. He is very happy with our simple devotion, simple offerings. He is the Lord of the universe, but the most merciful Lord. This is an opportunity to worship Jagannath, please him, and share his mercy to everyone. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा माई की जय, ताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।